सॉल्यूशन ऑफर करना करो, ठीक है। और अगर आपके सॉल्यूशन में दम होगा तो लोग जाएंगे। मेरा क्या अप्रोच रहता है, ना मैं किसी का प्रमोट करता हूं, ना मैं किसी का अपोज करता हूं। आप आओ, आप अपना दिखाओ, किसी को लगेगा कि वहां जाना है। अगर मेरा कुछ आपके साथ अगर एक्सपीरियंस होगा, इन केस इफ आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस यू or if I have received some very authentic feedback, maybe I can share. Normally I don't, but sometimes I do. Sometimes if there is somebody who is who is offering their workshop, and if it is good, very often my 90% of my feedbacks are positive. यहाँ ये अच्छा है, आप जाओ। जैसे उस दिन बुक क्लब का इवेंट हो रहा था तो मैंने पोस्ट किया गया, बुक क्लब का इवेंट है, आप लोग जाओ। ये सब लोग गए। Unfortunately, they had to come back because his grandmother died the same day. They all went there. So why am I sending him to book club? Because he will go. For him, there could be some new opening that I cannot provide. So my focus is not on that people should do Quanto Life work. People should do Quanto Life workshops. My focus is that whatever is best for you is presented to you, and it can come from everywhere. And we do try our best to create workshops that are extremely valuable for you. And it is because of this assimilation, our workshops are so vibrant, so throbbing. It is because of this. Because we are that open, so God is blessing us. If the day we become close, our workshop will lose the vibrant nature.
She also had a question.
Yeah. Yes, please, Divya.
How do you understand the time passed on
Are you getting what is her question?
She's like, how do you know it's time to have a successor, pass on a legacy?
See, that I said, no, that Guru Gobind Singh decided that Baj Bahadur, but Banda Bahadur will be the. Then he gave the proposal to God. God said no. He followed. As simple as that.
being closed, spirituality में अगर मैं closed हो गया, then I'm blocking other people's whatever, and in turn even Quanto Life's growth, right? You're open, that's why you get. Same way, I think daily life में all of us are also somewhere or the other.
Absolutely.
Right? So how do you actually deal with that? Because I think everybody somewhere or the other.
You have to become open.
You have to go where there's diversity, and whatever we
If your husband liked somebody's food, he went for a dinner and he said, oh, she cooks so well. Okay, right? That's openness.
This
Like there are a lot of mothers.
come up in Ardhanarishwari, remember? This had come up in Ardhanarishwari with the most.
See, you have to be what kind of a person can be totally open and receptive. Person who is relishing themselves. If you are dependent on anyone or anything, or if you are financially dependent, if you are emotionally dependent, you cannot make the free choices. You cannot be totally open and receptive, because you will always have fear. What if this person leaves me? What will happen to me? हम लोग क्या बात कर रहे थे सुबह, वो गाने पर डिस्कशन चल रहा था. What is the heart chakra woman? First thing is, she has to be clear कि यार, if my husband, my lover chooses to leave me, it's okay. I love her, I love him, doesn't mean I will cage him. From where that strength comes? She doesn't feel. She will also feel pain of losing it, right? But she says no. But because of that pain, can I really block his freedom? Right? That's the heart chakra woman. And when that heart chakra woman comes to anyone's life, that man is bound to be successful. There's no other way for him. Yeah, because the heart chakra energy will pull him to the solar plexus. Success lives at solar plexus. You're getting it. So, whatever your fears are, you have to observe your fears. You have to let them go. As you become free from your fears, you open.
You have to give the controversial example from Ardhan Arishwar.
Yeah, controversial.
Do you all remember it? So we were talking, there are different people talking about exes and their husband or partner appreciating some other woman. And especially exes, there was this big topic, exes we cannot deal with, right? And that time Shivo was like, if you cannot appreciate what your husband or your partner appreciated in that woman, then you're not appreciating his choice. Like you're not appreciating what.
So what I said was, how do you find out whether this new man who has come to my life is going to cheat me or not? So I said the test for that is, does he appreciate his ex-partner or not? If he has come to you because she was very bad, so I found a person in you, just know that you will be the next person in the same category. Or if he says that, okay, she was great, but you know what, I was longing for something else, then you should know he will always be grateful to you. It's not that he will not leave you, but he will be grateful to you always. लेकिन अक्सर करके न्यू रिलेशनशिप शुरू ही वही होती है कि वो नया लवर है, बोलेगा अच्छा वो तुम्हारा बॉयफ्रेंड इतना बेकार है, तुम्हारे साथ कितना गंदा बिहेव करता है. I wonder you are a great woman because you are sticking with him. Come on, he doesn't deserve you. And my wife is same and she's so bad and my God, what a tormenting condition I am in. I'm looking, I want someone better. And you also need someone better. This is how our new relationship begins. What is the future of this relationship? Sorry. If your partner was wrong, there was some trouble in you that attracted him to you. So first work on yourself. No, so he came to teach you that. What is your pattern? You wouldn't realize without him.
So that is the gratefulness.
Yeah.
May not be the quality.
Yeah, and you have to know that if you are getting sucked in a bad relationship, there is an entanglement that's happening from past many lives. And you are also responsible for that. कितने हमारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं एंटेंगलमेंट के, तो आपको डील करना पड़ेगा, आपकी लाइफ है. You cannot just blame another person.
I think then the question of this resentment also.
Kavita is smiling. Kavita, you want to say something?
I was just thinking I was just wondering the conversation that I have during that.
And sir, वो testing ground हो गया.
क्या? टेस्टिंग ग्राउंड नहीं है, इवोल्यूशन अपॉर्चुनिटी है. You wouldn't know that you have this pattern and you are attracting someone like that. Sorry, क्या?
एक पार्टनर के साथ में 40 साल 60 साल
निकालना है.
I am talking about. I am more talking about the coming consciousness that is coming up. अभी मैं मुझसे कोई बोलेगा फ्रॉम ओल्डर जनरेशन की ये सब में जाऊं, मैं कहूंगा भाई जैसे हो वैसे चलते रहो, ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लाइफ में सोचना ये सब.
It's true with all relationships, right? The people who we attract.
Yeah.
Every relationship.
Yeah, so you may not be able to work with your wife this way, but you can work with, you have so many things, right, in your life. There are people, various people coming in your life doing certain things. Don't you think you need to work on that? If you are attracting certain kind of people, then you need to work on that.
I'm still laughing at it.
It can also happen that your partner, there are others who are very fond of your partner.
Yeah, they are.
ऐसे होता है, हुआ है. And
अरे ये तो मानसी को पूछो कि उसका हस्बैंड, Mansi's husband is so fascinating for how many girls and women. पूछो उसको. They say that oh, he's the ideal one. Mansi, you found the ideal.
My
husband.
husband's name is Sarvaguna Sampanna.
Sarvaguna Sampanna husband
It's
मिला
like
उसको.
he is extremely successful. He's the world. He's the award winner at an international level. He has patents. He does bonsai for me. He plants garden for me. He creates. He carpenters. He created my father's this painting I had grown up with all my life. You know, my dad would, like, Raza was his favorite painter, and in every house he made, there would be a Raza, tantric painting of Raza. So my husband did the woodworking. Every strip he cut himself, stained it, arranged it in that format, and they were like, "Tu kya karti hai?"
so don't you feel proud when
I do, but
friends of
but
yours
he's
appreciate
not.
you?
So I have memes on
She
me.
could have gone insecure also. कि मैं क्या करती हूँ? What is my role? Who am I?
I have had American women. He said that when you are done with him, you pass him out. I have got that also.
Yeah, and it's a matter of
And he's handsome, and he's good looking.
Yeah, appreciate everybody's fine. It's a smug feeling. That big but right you have. And everybody loves him, but he loves me. है ना? But he is mine. है कि नहीं?
मानसी को बहुत प्यार करती है।
पर मैं कुछ ऐसे सर्वगुण संपन्न नहीं बना. I'm zero गुण संपन्न.
तो हमसे पूछो
इसका ये बोलते से ऐसा बोलते हैं कि हेमा वाली ने पहला फैसला आपकी खूबसूरती का राज क्या, क्योंकि वो 10 सालों तो वो इस्तेमाल नहीं करती थी 100%. आपको आपका ये प्यार भाव इतना जो है, लोग इतने अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, ऐसा प्यार भाव मैंने कभी नहीं देखा. जीडी सामने बोला
यार मैग्नेट
ये मतलब इतना टॉलरेंस लेवल है. तो इसका राज क्या है? How did you become like this? Tell me. सब पूछ रहे हैं.
How did you become like this, Mansi? Mansi, you have to answer this question.
Oh my God.
I want to know, how did you become like this?
जनता आप देख लीजिए.
मैं क्या how did you become like this? उसका आंसर मैं दूंगा.
You know, this is a typical question. Punjabi में बोलते हैं, "तिवड़िए मैं तैनू आखा, नुवड़िए तू सुन." So, you know, it's like asking from one person for another person to understand what to do.
क्या?
है ना? इशारा किधर है, पूछना किधर है, ठीक है? Got you.
हाँ.
Got you.
नहीं. I think I've just been very blessed.
But she is, your wife is very, I have to say, she has a very open heart.
Yeah.
Very open hearted.
बहुत जबरदस्त.
Very.
अरे लोग इनको मतलब मेरी फैमिली में बहुत लोग हैं और मेरे फ्रेंड सर्कल में कितने लोग पुराने जमाने से हैं.
है उनका openness, her openness of heart, her vulnerability, and I am sure I can feel that she has a very deep trust in life. Very deep trust.
Shivo, you know, we.
And I can tell you nothing bad happens with her. All that bad happens gets resolved. She will always find a way. Anything bad that has happened with her, she will always find a way.
Shivo, we picked a card for her. And
whose wife has an open heart?
I would not get your questions enough.
She is not able to hear what we are saying.
Yeah.
Able to hear you well.
Yeah.
So I was talking about senior Johari, you know, Indraji's wife. So I can find she has such an open heart. And we obviously know stories about Mansi, how I mean, what kind of open heart she has.
See, I have allowed only one person, and I think that is his blessing. That is Krishna. I feel, I feel that it is. I think it is loving Krishna. I think he has only led the way, but really there's no answer. What is the answer? I think I've just been very lucky that so many people love me, and I think.
So I have a high standard for women like. इसको भी देखता हूँ तो I have high standard for women like.
Sorry.
Correction.
बोलो भैया तुम ही बताओ मुझसे मत पूछो
I really don't know. Self-acceptance. शिव कुछ तो बोले.
मुझे पता है एक पॉइंट पे बोल सकता हूँ. मैं जरूर बोल सकता हूँ कि कहाँ से वो मुझे यहाँ तक समझ आया क्योंकि डेफिनेटली शेयर करती मानती उसे ही शुरुआत करती है वो फुल ऑफ लव एंड लाइट बॉक्स का भी बताती है उसे एक्सपीरियंस ना कर सकता बट आई फील दैट अ डीप सरेंडर एंड ऑथेंटिसिटी शी वाज अ डीप सरेंडर आई थिंक शी वाज बोल रहे थे कि कोई होता है जो प्योरली फॉलो करे नो so she has really followed and she was a guidance every time and yes
और झगड़े
नहीं तो वो पता है कि वो जब भी होगा इवोल्यूशन होगा I always wait for that and I really accept this I really accept this that जब भी authenticity की बात आती है I see so that is what I I feel that
yeah. I feel I have really been loved by the men in my life. I have really been loved, starting from my father, my husband, to my guru, to him, to Ishan. I feel, and just everyone. I just feel that. I have been so loved that I think it just has flown. I think that's the only thing. Hello? अब बाकी सब क्वेश्चन में फटाफट आंसर देते हो हाँ
Yeah.
How do we get there? Or what is it that I should do to get there? Not get at your level. I
don't know.
Maybe that is what the answer is.
Right.
Yeah, that is what they want to know. What should they do?
What is it? Do I trust life or do I?
I don't know. You said.
Yeah. I will think about it. But I can feel my heart has expanded. Even from my last 2 years that I came here, I I can feel my heart has expanded. I don't know why. Is it the work we have been doing on constantly observing? See, so you know what? There were times I've been jealous. I am a very possessive. I'm like a possessive kukri, and I feel that one of my first instances was Ishan. Then
रुक जाते हैं, एक मिनट बात कर लेते हैं, सुनो।
it's okay.
वो एक ही मिनट चलेगा।
It's okay. Let him finish, no?
हाँ, yeah, please.
So I feel that at see, one thing I have known about my life is that everything else in my life gets taken care of, but I have come to live to master emotions. Okay, everything else, the finances, organization, food, everything in my life will get taken care of, but I have had to deal with the emotions in life. Other people's emotions, my emotions, everyone who comes in my life, they come with something that is related to emotion. Right from childhood, everything else I'm taken care of. So I have learned that is the only thing. And for a person, what is the greatest emotional thing? Is being the mother, right? For most people, that is the thing. And when Ishan was born, in fact, the first 3 months that I was pregnant, I was just lost to the world. I was just me and my child, and I was in some kind of intoxication, some kind of ecstasy. And then when I realized that he would have some kind of heart issue, and from that it evolved, and I had to call up every day at the hospital to ask about my child. I had to let so many people into taking care of Ishan. And I think all of you know that incident, right? Like of me, I think everyone knows the incident where it was so hard for me to leave the hospital. I could deal with surgeries, I could deal with everything. I couldn't see, I couldn't see mothers leave the hospital with the child when my child was in the NICU. And every day, Brijesh would come because we couldn't sleep in the hospital. So every day when Brijesh would come to pick me up, that was the hardest. I could deal with everything. That thing I couldn't deal with. And I told Shivo about it. And I would not talk to anyone because everyone was so used to me being bubbly. The world is my oyster. Everything is what I want. And the romance and everything. They could not deal with this new reality. And I could not deal with dealing with them. Right? I had so much of my own to work with. And I didn't share this with anyone. There were only 2-3 people I would talk to. My dad, Brijesh, Shivo. Right? These are the few people I would talk to. And when I told Shivo this, I am expecting sympathy or at least something, this must be so hard. I feel you, what you have gone through. Right? And he said, Mansi, you have to bless these people. You have to bless these moms with their children leaving the hospital. And the one thing is, no, I cannot do what I cannot feel. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, I cannot do what I cannot feel. So, if I have to bless them, it cannot be I'm blessing you. I have to really, really feel it for it to come, right? So, that kind of thing, I think you can call it authenticity, but that is what I've always, that has come. Like, if I don't feel it, I cannot do it. So I was so mad at Shivo. I said, you are the most insensitive. You don't know, you don't have a child, you don't know what it feels, you don't know a mother's heart is my only, everything that I threw at him, right? And then I was like, okay. No, let me look at them. So first I could not even see, I cannot even see the kid. People talk about jealousy. I cannot even see the child, right? Cannot even see it. The only person I started seeing was the mother, right? And there I saw myself. I saw that little bit of a pouch, the tired eyes. The skin is still glowing a little bit, but so tired. The body is exhausted. The body is loose, and I could see myself in them. So I was like, okay, them I can bless. Like that, वो मन से ही निकल रहा था, वो blessing निकल रही. उसके बाद ना I would see the father is, especially the first time, he wants to do everything, he's completely lost, he's trying to do extra stuff, right? I was like thinking of Brijesh, and I was like, I remember how I made him make a crib in the middle of the night when I thought I was having labor, even though the child would not be able to see. I was like, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, and then then I could feel the father, okay? And then that blessing came from inside me, And as I kept doing this for days, because this is not a one day process, not a one moment, this is for days, this is happening, right? Every day. And then finally, one day I could hear a baby, right? When they were going, I could hear a baby. And that moment, the milk flowed from my breast, as if it is my own baby who's crying. And that time when I saw that baby cry, there was that, that blessing flew. And after that, I think that I could be possessive everywhere else, but I feel that for every kid, I couldn't tell the difference between my kid and other kids. And I've never been able to do that. There's so many people who are special needs parents, they ask me, how can you work with hero kids? Because they are doing things that you are struggling so much with your own kid. How can you do it? And that has, I don't know, I think my heart broke open. That it broke, but it broke open. And I think that has, I think with everything that has happened, because as I said, I don't have to worry about anything else in life. But the emotion I have to worry, like I have to be and I have to face that at every point. And at every point I have to, so first thing is I will defend my wounded pride, everything comes up, all that kachra, all that halahal comes out first, always, even now. The time period has gotten less. Earlier it would come for a longer period of time. Now it is maybe, it could be a day, it could be hours, it could be moments. But that's what comes, and then you start observing that, and in that observing, in that just being with that, at some point it just dissolves. And one of the things that now, with new techniques, like especially feeling my emotion in space, what Shivo talks about space meditation. I think that once I've started feeling my emotion in space, like if my emotion is in my heart, I feel the space around it. I feel the space, where does my emotion stop? What is around it? And then what is around my aura? And I keep expanding the circles. And I feel my emotion diffuse, and more subtle. And I feel more and more connected to everything that is. I remember when we were doing Ardhanarishwar and we were doing the Kama and Rati invocation. I could feel that everywhere that there is a boundary between me. Okay, I can feel myself, like this is my body and this is not my body, right? Okay, or this is my aura, maybe my aura is here, this is my aura and this is not my aura. At every boundary, I could feel the known and unknown meeting, and there was an orgasm there. Everywhere I'm feeling an orgasm, like everywhere. And I feel the more I do that, and it happens automatically, and as we, as I'm around all these people who keep inspiring me, and I feel that when you are with such a talented group, I feel the triggers also happen very intensely, the inspiration also happens and the evolution happens very, very fast. So if your work in life, if your dharma in life, like that's what I felt that Krishna said, my swadharma in this life is now just to love. And if that is my swadharma, then that just keeps evolving. And I will get challenges also on that. See, because that is what I have to work on. So if we recognize what are the challenges, there is only a similar type of challenging that keeps coming to us. And in that challenge, only our swadharma is there. Our evolution, everything is linked. That seed, it carries everything. It comes as a challenge. It has different faces. But really, that seed only blooms. And that fragrance is only spread across the whole universe. And that is us. So I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how it is. And I feel even more so now. Even the way I hug people has changed. I feel like, so I feel that's, I feel just being in this, being in this space and being observing. And I feel, that for some people, the Shakti comes more easier, feeling the energy comes more easier. And for some people, observation comes, the Shiva part, the observation comes more easier. And I think for me, the sensitivity and the connection, the energy comes, but the observation I had to continuously bring it. And that was my journey also, from empathy, from feeling what someone feels like. You is feeling this, I'm feeling, but then realizing that that doesn't resolve anything. One person was happy, now two people are unhappy. So while maybe I feel the connection, it didn't resolve anything. And now to bring that awareness, to expand it and to resolve it together. I think that has really expanded. And I really want to thank so many people like Shivo and so many of you. People who have even come with their challenges, because I have not known what to do and I've just listened, and in their evolution, even I have evolved. So, thanks. No, thank you.
A patient of mine, my teacher last week, it's there on my, it is on my head till now. She's like a Punjabi lady, she was flying, so Shira was to be done. She had really done.
What is to be done?
Root canal.
Root canal, okay.
So that lady had undergone angioplasty. She had liver cirrhosis. She had so many X, Y, Z problems. She was asking before, she was just going to fly 5 days to Australia. So she asked, if I get ठीक हो जाए तो कुछ तकलीफ तो नहीं होगा ना? And I explained her what the process was, because when we fly high, after doing the root canal, the pressure changes and all could cause some problem. So she said only one thing. भगवान है देख लेगा. भगवान है देख. She has this deep trust just on what they're saying about it. But then I see a pattern of physical ailments that lady is facing.
So there are both the forces working. So she has had a lot of journey in terms of connecting with divine, and she also had lots of subconscious issues. So she has had very intense life. Mansi has gone through those kind of lives. She's gone through lives which were very extremely intense in subconscious space. She's also gone through lives which are very deeply grounded in superconscious. So both are present.
She was so much different from the heart. Like, okay, she was conversing with her husband, and 70 plus the couple was. He was all the time sitting, looking at her, sitting and sitting. She used to say, "Present na babu, chiku na babu." I was feeling that love, when they were conversing. And at the same time, I was feeling a little heavy on heart, like she's undergoing so much. She had a fight that was there, but she was still very, very, like, not so positive. So that was something that really struck a chord with my heart. So I just wanted to understand why so much better positive. So much trust on life.
Also, for people, lots of us have had very deep grounding in the superconscious, and also we have a lot of subconscious to resolve. We take certain lives where the subconscious will come up. That is all astrological. For many people, they may have a lot of subconscious, but it does not come up because they have not chosen that. They have said कि नहीं किसी और life में देख लेंगे. Something is there over your head, but you haven't chosen to deal with it now. Doesn't mean you will not have to deal with it. So when there are people who are high conscious, they do choose that to dissolve, and they also come in an environment which is conducive for them to dissolve. Like they'll find the right guides, right gurus, isn't it? They find that. That is also what they have earned in their superconscious connection. They have earned that they can spot the right guide. They can spot the right person who can guide them.
I feel that is true for a lot of people in Quanto Life. We have had many intense journeys with a lot of subconscious and connection. I feel that is very Quanto Life, right? It's very
park the lady had not a small grip. I mean, like, not a small thing. अरे मेरे को ये हो गया है.
Why me, huh?
She never had that. I mean, that was like, I just felt like hugging her because I can't do it because it was like I was just trapped, so I don't know do that. And the series of my head now.
You see people now in Quanto Life, including you, that we've had,
Yeah, you have gone through such immense, humongous journey. I mean, isn't it? Yeah. And you have taken a leap. We have seen that. We have seen your leap.
that has become part of so many people's charisma, That is where the charisma comes from.
So it may be right to people, some people are very physical life and some people are very so there is a journey. I mean, this is the life you chose.
Yeah, some people haven't chosen it.
That
Yeah.
aspect in this.
Some people are saying, "Yeah, we are on holiday. Don't give us trouble, God. This is what I have chosen." It's okay. That doesn't mean they will not have to deal with it. Now, the Ishan is having so many difficulties. Okay, but his life before this life was so extremely comfortable, successful. He was extremely successful man. Just in the last life, right? And if I compare that life with this life, nobody will believe that he is the same soul. But if he is the same soul, how was he so much successful, so popular? Because in that life, everything happened like in synchronous manner. Like things one after another, the family, exactly in the right family is born, or the right opportunity, his brain works right in that way, he's scholar of that extent, and he keeps getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunities. Because he did not choose to take that in that life. He did not choose that. You're getting it? In this life, let's say, and this is what happens to the high conscious people. They choose, when they choose. So when Ishan was preparing to come, he came first to take my permission. I'm going to have an extremely difficult life. Are you going to be with me? And he created this huge circle around him. And we are seeing the kind of issues which are coming up, and the kind of, the memories or insights from his past lives we are seeing. We realize that all this had to be resolved. So that's why we don't feel that, oh my God, why he has such difficult life. We don't feel that. Because in some life, he had to deal with that. Now we are there in his life and we are supporting him. Because we have a long life after life connection, right? He is part of our soul family. So we all support each other. In this life, I am supporting him. Or she's supporting her. So many people supporting him.
What about so many other things who are completely the same time?
See, but yeah, but yeah, not a lot of people. He is an example. He is an example of how to deal with certain issues. He is creating an example. We have seen the leaps in his life.
And he has shared his own, he has indicated his own past life. So it's not like we went and, we investigated and all. We confirmed what he was saying. But he shared his past lives, in a very...
Situations of childhood certainly impacts the well, the subconscious.
No, but this is coming from his past lives, which he has indicated. He has indicated what was his past life. Yeah.
What happens about adopted children?
They must have been part of your soul family, no?
Some do find very good parents, adopted parents.
This is karma. This is karma playing, nothing else.
So, how does one explain that?
This is all karma. If somebody found a bad parent, no, they have choose. See, it depends. You can choose only. See, See, you can choose to go on holiday.
I want to know.
You can choose to have a certain house if you have a certain money in your bank account. So you can choose a certain life if you have that kind of karma. If you don't have that kind of karma, positive karma in your balance, even if you want to choose this kind of life, you will not be given. Or sometimes you may insist, no, give me that life. Take a fine loan. You have to pay back. Getting it? It's okay.
Confusing नहीं है, complex है थोड़ा.
Right in the police station. She was the every Ashari Ekadashi.
Okay, so अभी आप अभी बहुत इंटेलेक्चुअल जा रही हो. Let's remain experiential. Let's have more experiential questions. Sorry?
हाँ, हम सेशन करने वाले प्रीति के साथ.
क्या? तो पता चल ही रहे ना. आज तो मनीषा ने एकदम मनीषा की स्टोरी अनफोल्ड हो रही है.
हाँ, पास्ट लाइफ ही.
इतनी मनीषा की स्टोरी अनफोल्ड हुई है. मैं देख रहा था यार, ये किधर है मनीषा को आने दो.
मनीषा कहाँ गई मनीषा?
मैं वंडर कर रहा था कि मनीषा एकदम, मनीषा मतलब मानसी की आशिक है. आशिक
कौन है?
आशिक मानसी की आशिक मनीषा. किधर है मनीषा भाई? तो आई वाज वंडरिंग यार, इतनी मतलब वो इतनी आशिक है ना, ऐसी इतनी आशिक है वो कि अगर मानसी ऐसे इधर बैठी रहेगी तो वो ऐसे देखती रहेगी, फिर वो इधर चलेगी तो ऐसे देखती रहेगी, ऐसे
सो रही है.
क्या क्या लेकिन उसकी आशिकी के बड़े बड़े किस्से हैं, वो आपको भी पता नहीं है. मतलब आशिक होता है ना, वो अपनी प्रियतमा के लिए कविताएं लिखता है. सॉरी, ये तो सीक्रेट है थोड़ा. मनीषा ने कितनी कविताएं लिखी है इसके लिए. ये तो और आशिक लिखता है इस तरह की कविता.
मैंने ब्रिटिश में ऐसे लोगों को भेजा है कि बाबा आप लोगों का काम है.
अभी अब देखो, अब इसके पीछे कोई स्टोरी है ना पुरानी, तो उसने आज शेयर की अपनी स्टोरी.
को मालूम है मेरे पास. I am the person at my group knows a local event. मालूम है because she is not. मीना का जो local event आता है, she doesn't know the history which we had. अतुल बात करता है ना, she doesn't know. She doesn't know and she doesn't go to Atul Bhatkar. Even she goes to Atul Bhatkar, I'm Ramon's friend, he will offer her chai instantly. She doesn't know anything about it.
Now Ramon has got such a friend circle, you will be amazed. Really, I'm telling you. ये उसके साथ पास्ट लाइफ है, और उसकी जो प्रॉब्लम है ना, इतनी हैवी प्रॉब्लम्स, ब्लैक मैजिक कंटिन्यूअस for 40 years, वो सब भी ये वही एग्जाम्पल है. कविता, Ramon is an example of very high grounding in superconscious and huge subconscious. तो दोनों उसकी लाइफ में, दोनों उसकी लाइफ में देखा कितनी प्रॉब्लम्स कांस्टेंट, लेकिन उसके साथ हमेशा सपोर्ट करा रहता है. उसका फ्रेंड सर्किल आप देखो, आप सोच सकते हो राममोहन का ऐसा फ्रेंड सर्किल हो. But I've seen the kind of people who are around him and they're ready to help him. Why? वो सब सुपर कॉन्शियस कनेक्शन, सोल फैमिली चल रही है, और उसकी जो सारी लाइफ में जो प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, he has chosen this. In this life I will face all this. Very deep problems he has faced, है ना?
I'm seeing this show after joining Quanto Life, that why people are, it's always has always been a part of why me. अभी वो नहीं होता है. Why नहीं होता है? The things that resolve.
ठीक है, जब वो रिजॉल्व करना है अगले जन्म के लिए क्यों छोड़े, अभी कर लो भाई. इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन डज दिस ओनली ना, कि कोई कल को परेशानी आ रही है जो बढ़ के आएगी,
It's going to be worse only next year.
बस अभी डील कर लो ना उसको. Yeah. Yeah. You want to share that example with your dean? तो एक काम करते हैं, ये सब स्टोरी सबसे सुनेंगे, रात को देखते हैं ना, है ना? अभी अभी हम सेशन एंड करें, थोड़ा गाना बजाना करेंगे भी, है ना? ठीक है अतिल, अभी क्लोज करते हैं. लेट्स हैव सम. एक मिनट जरा, एक मिनट. हाँ हेलो हेलो, बहुत क्रॉस टॉक हो रही है. हाँ प्लीज.
When you talk about space meditation, is it also does it have any connection with this topic called Akashic, accessing Akashic records?
Yes, जब imprints होते हैं ना सारे, Akashic records are also imprints. Those are the imprints, they don't exist in your body but somewhere else. ठीक है? So if you are accessing Akashic records, you can access a lot of information about your present, past, how the past will progress into future. It's not a few information about future, but how the past can impact your future. But it's not dissolution. It will not dissolve it. When you feel, when you get grounded, the space around Akashic records, you always have to know that whatever you are observing, there is space around it. That is the awareness which is needed. So just accessing Akashic record, you will access information, but it will not dissolve it.
Not enough.
You will have to experience the space around it. इसीलिए आप देखोगे जितने भी आकाशिक रिकॉर्ड्स है सब थर्ड आई स्टफ है. मोस्टली आपको सिखाने वाले सब वुमेन मिलेंगे. ऑल वुमेन आर टीचिंग बिकॉज दिस इज अ वेरी हाई लेवल ऑफ थर्ड आई का भी हाई लेवल है आकाशिक रिकॉर्ड्स एक्सेट्रा, राइट? बट दे हैवंट येट अंडरस्टूड दैट देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड क्राउन चक्रा एंड इट ऑल नीड्स टू डिसॉल्व. It all needs to become one. It needs to spread everywhere. That understanding is missing. You've gotten your answer. Just you've gotten your answer.
I was more saying, will it not help us dissolve what is there in space?
Of course, whatever you can observe, that will dissolve. If you can observe your Akashic records, even those will dissolve. If you're observing your fear, greed, etc., that dissolves. But if you can observe your Akashic records, that also will dissolve. If you can feel your whole body, do you see you are feeling the space around it? Because what is body? Space. What is atom? Atom is space. Atom is not solid. Body is not solid. It's space. So when you are observing your body, you are actually observing those stored emotions. When you start to observe the space, or when you are grounded in the space around your Akashic records, those will also dissolve.
When they teach this Akashic records, like they do sometimes like an initiation process. I mean,
वो सब थर्ड आई एक्टिवेशन होगा.
so like Quanto Life and अगर Akashic records सबको पता चले कि ये हमारे issues है, तो help of Quanto Life processes can be
You can dissolve. Yes. Through Akashic records you will know,
Right.
but you will not be able to dissolve. With quantum processes, you can dissolve.
Yeah, but they are not aware of that. They are just so happy in their own. We are accessing.
Normally, third eye becomes a huge trap actually.
Yeah.
People start to think कि बस यही ultimate spirituality का है कुछ नहीं. आप समझ रहे हो? मैंने जितने थर्ड आई प्रैक्टिशनर देखे हैं, almost in all cases, I have seen that kind of pride that there's nothing beyond it, and there is a huge ego attached to that.
इतनी
That I can
शक्ति होती है ना,
उसकी शक्ति इतनी ज्यादा है, उसका ईगो इतना
बनता है, और वो इतना arrogance रहता है ना, they will not even be open to it, like कि तुम कौन हो?
They will not be open to listening to this.
you can dissolve it in 2 days. खेत की मूली होता है. You know, they have huge shakti. They'll have a huge gathering also. See, they are not looking for heroes. They're looking for followers who will listen to their they're they're looking for
followers.
Followers. They're not
who will
looking
follow
for
them.
heroes.
They're not looking to create
Because if
heroes.
people start dissolving their Akashic records, who will follow? They'll become a hero, na?
You're free.
They're free.
The moment you are your vibrational imprints are dissolving, you are free. You are not following anyone. You don't need to follow anyone, because cosmos will channel through you. Whom will you follow?
तो उनका पूरा जो मेजर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉलो से वो तो सब ब्रेक हो जाएंगे ना.
तो बढ़िया है ना, उधर से आकर के तब से परमिशन लेने का, but DYC में
Actually, that's why we don't stop others from posting there. If somebody posts, I am conducting Akashic Records workshop, and if people ask me, should I join? I say, oh yeah, please join. See, so simple. क्योंकि वहां जाके आप पता करके आओगे अपने आकाशिक रिकॉर्ड, फिर इधर आओगे, बोलो यार चलो अभी ऑब्जर्वेशन में प्लीज हेल्प अस डिसॉल्व कर लो.
एक्सेलरेटेड मैनर में हो जाएगा ये काम.
Yes, very accelerated.
हमारे जैसे लोगों के लिए
No, see, that is your consciousness and how much you trust us. Because if you are getting trapped, okay, and if I come to know I won, okay, it's up to you to listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, fine. Then probably you were supposed to go on that track, on that journey. आप जिस लाइफ में उससे बाहर निकलोगे, आपके अंदर तो कॉन्शियसनेस होनी चाहिए. You should have a consciousness to understand what is the right guidance. मनीषा, आपकी आशिकी के चर्चे हो रहे थे सब, आ जाओ.
अरे
अच्छा,
क्या
ये
क्या करो.
इनकी आशिकी के चर्चे हो रहे थे.
नहीं बैठ.
एक पोइम सुना दो जो आपने मानसी के लिए लिखी है. मतलब ये जो पोइट्री लिखती है ना मानसी के लिए, मतलब आप बोलोगे यार ये तो रोमियो लिखते हैं यार. रोमियो लोगों की पोइट्री है. अभी सेशन खत्म करेंगे यार. कितना टाइम हुआ? बस ये लास्ट 8:30 हो गया. हाँ, तो फिर खत्म. अच्छा, तो बाद में सुनते हैं आपकी आशिकी आराम से जरा, क्योंकि इतनी पोइट्री लिखी है ना इसने मानसी के लिए, इसका हिसाब नहीं.
इतनी मैंने एक ही भेजी है.
अच्छा, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि बहुत सारी पोइट्री लिखी.
पर आपको भेजी नहीं है. आपको भेजी नहीं है. आपको एक ही भेजी है. एक तो ही भेजी है.
अब वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन लिखी तो बहुत होंगी ना. Yeah. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining the session. We are now closing this.
Thank you.
Have some good time.